Welcome to Old Talk on the United Hour. I am President Chad. That is Devin. That is Big Phil. That is Greg B. And I've got something for all you Arsenal supporters. Sometimes you just gotta take it, you know. You just gotta take it. Gentlemen, how we feeling today? How we feeling today in the Old Talk?
Real good today.
You know something? I don't know if anybody saw my video in the group, but I'm out here looking for all those haters who had an issue with Anthony's price tag. Where are you? Where are you?
Well, in case you were under a rock for the past 3 hours and you don't know, Manchester United has just defeated Arsenal 3-1 in the theatre of
place Arsenal, I might add. For first place Arsenal.
Yeah, well, that's how we're going to start
the supposed title contenders, Arsenal.
That is how we're going to start the program off with Manchester United has just stopped Arsenal's win streak. So,
where have I heard that story before? Where have I heard that headline before?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's madness.
That's right. So, who wants to go first?
I mean,
Dev, you got a big smile on your face. Go ahead.
Who, me?
Yeah, go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, no, great afternoon to everyone on the panel. Great afternoon to everybody who's tuning in. Great afternoon to whoever is going to be watching this afterwards. At the end of the day, history repeats itself, right? Arsenal have won once, I think, in 14 years at Old Trafford. And then, this whole hashtag unbeaten run. I mean, it gets kind of tiring. Aren't you Arsenal fans tired of us ending these unbeaten runs that you go on? Aren't you tired? Right? At the end of the day, this was a battle of social media, in my opinion, right? Wow. It was all about who is going to have the bragging rights on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and that goes to us, right? Now, I'll pass on to you guys, but one guy by the name of Christian Eriksen. That's all I got to say.
That assist today was brilliant.
Oh my god. That's all I'm gonna say.
So I will go next on this one. One thing that I kept on saying to people was I am not going to start saying, yeah, this team is serious until if we beat Arsenal, because I said, yeah, we beat Liverpool, but in my opinion, that Liverpool side was a very weakened Liverpool side, and that's not the Liverpool that I expected to show up. So I said, okay, that beginner's luck, okay, fine, that's cool. I said, if we beat Arsenal right now, then I will start saying that this team is legit. And you know what? That was a nearly full strength Arsenal side. I think the only person they were missing in that side was Thomas Partey, but other than that, it was full strength. And they came out there and they showed some heart out there. And I have to give all credit to Ten Hag for that one. Some of those changes that he made, I thought I was questioning them, but you know what? He made me shut up, and he said, "Yeah, watch this." So, at the end of the game, I was singing his chant all day long. I am very pleased with that result. With that being said, and I will always repeat this until the end of the season: celebrate your win right now is cool. Have the night celebrate. Take your recovery tomorrow. We go again on Thursday against Sociedad. Do not get complacent now. Yes, it's nice, but there's still a lot of season to play. Keep it going.
We're gonna be talking about a little bit, not too much, but we're gonna touch on Real Sociedad a little later in the program. Talk to me, Greg B. Arsenal win streak stopped, top of the league. No, they're still top of the league, right? But
for now,
but that's all. That's all they can say. That's all they can say.
But Manchester United showing, the first serious team that Arsenal has played, and they didn't just lose; they got beat down.
I mean, it's one of those things. Is everybody was just thinking that because Arsenal were in form, I had people in work tell me, "Oh, Gabriel Jesus is gonna show you why they paid so much money for him. Zinchenko is gonna come out and do." I was like,
Yeah, he
"You're
did.
talking about two. You're talking about two Manchester City rejects. These are the guys who one. You had one player who was Sergio Aguero's failed understudy, and two, Zinchenko, who's supposed to be a left back, but got benched by a right back playing left back. Weird, isn't it? So for me, it's like these guys. I look at it in my mind. It's like, all right, they're playing well. Ten Hag's probably getting a system for them to work, but at the same time, it's like, bro, they need when they get proper opposition. Let's see what really happens.
I like this last comment because I was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody was kind of like, yo, no. I was like,
Yeah.
in my mind, I was watching Eric like,
Especially-
yo, bro,
especially
come on,
with his-
let's not do
with
this.
Especially with his first interaction was through a yellow card. I went, oh shit.
Hey, that was a professional tackle. Leave it.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Let me
Anyway,
just shout out the people
let,
in the
let
comments.
me wrap up my
and
point
then-
here real quick. Sorry, Chad. Sorry.
Yeah, let me
this
just
point
shout out the
really
people in
quick.
the comments and then you'll finish off. Shout out to
All right,
Marvin, Rude, Kess, Pilgrim, Mark, Joel. That's everybody. Yes, I think that's everybody in the comments so far. And Kendall Gooding. Yes, go ahead, Gregory.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, remember the players and the performances are done on the pitch. You can watch a team on paper, you can watch their form, but when it comes to matches like this, especially with rivalries like this, form goes out the window. And for me, when you look at that, every battle that you go into, especially with Arsenal, it's always going to be heated. It's always going to be something that's going to be contested. That reminded me of basically the 04-05 season. Hint. But so it was kind of like you saw that same kind of desire from these guys today. And if it's one thing that Ten Hag seems to be getting out of them is the right kind of desire, the right kind of mindset, and the right kind of mentality going into games like this, especially going into games like this. And I'm glad to see that. Oh wow. This man's really living up to his name, Rude Penguin.
No, but it's true. Because he probably went to the backroom staff and tell him, man, imagine Arteta, I give Arteta the one last Hail Mary and put on Harry and he still couldn't do it. Chestnut checkers.
So the question is to if any Arsenal fans are watching, are you guys going back to Arteta out now?
Of course not. But let's still on top of the league, you know. CJ,
We're not gonna do that.
we coming to you. You know, United stop Arsenal. Arsenal, you know, we've been saying it on this program since week 3. You know, Arsenal is like the proverbial elephant, right on top of the tree. Nobody knows how to get there, but everybody knows it's going to fall along at some point, right? After playing the first serious opposition, I think anybody who thought Arsenal was serious contenders. Note I said thought because most people haven't been saying that, if I'm honest, right? But you know, that is definitely out the window. So how you feeling? How you feeling, young bro?
I'm good. Sorry, I was late like that Ben White tackle, but I'm feeling
Damn.
good. Feeling good. Honestly, if you watch the game closely, although people were saying how Arsenal was starting to get more pressure, if you watch it, Eric kind of invited pressure. Eric kind of told them fellas to sit back. And as he realized that Arsenal was getting faster in the pace of their passing and running, he was like, all right, play the counter. Because if you watch it good, their midfield had real holes in it. The defense wasn't ready for that kind of counter attack. If you watch the Rashford run, wasn't ready. If you watch the pass Bruno and Ericsson made, it was easy. And I think they showed that although Arsenal did get good games, you have to remember, they had like the easiest schedule in the league. They didn't get anybody big right away. They didn't get anybody of serious contention. Even the Fulham game, if you watch the Fulham game properly, they weren't doing anything much. Fulham could have taken that game if they didn't waste the chances. So as they meet up with not a team, although yes, we're going through our stuff, you can't say that we're still not a serious threat. Even in the first goal with Anthony, We opened up space very, very easily and went at it. Even when Ericsson missed that volley, you realize how with the back pass and the Bruno cross, it was very much easy. So for me, Eric knew what it was, and if you could see Eric on the touchline with his pen and paper, he had a plan, and he was tinkering while that plan and was changing plans while it went. Because if you look at the subs as Devin said, we didn't understand the subs, but when you look at it, it's a plan. And he had a plan for certain players, and he can't vex with us. So I'm feeling really good.
We're gonna touch on the subs in a little bit, but let me touch on this comment from Kes here. Do you guys recall me saying before the season started that whilst eyes on Man City and Liverpool, the days of Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson are swiftly returning? Today was that kind of atmosphere. Guys, we have been hearing the English media trying their utmost to sell Liverpool City as the greatest rivalry in the Premier League. But we know that as far as Premier League history goes, the greatest rivalry in the Premier League is Manchester United Arsenal. Right? That was the rivalry that started off for the first 10 years of the Premier League. Plus, that was the rivalry, Manchester United Arsenal. Phil, let me jump to you. Did you feel that kind of vibe heading into that game today? Because it's been a while since we've looked at Arsenal as real rivals, but them being on top of the mountain right now, did you feel that kind of vibe today?
I'm not gonna lie, like yesterday I was still thinking about I was thinking that tomorrow we got Arsenal versus us, right? And I kid you not, 10 minutes before the game until 90 minutes until the end of the game, my heart was beating fast, like really effing fast. I was like, holy shaving cream, right? How can football fans look at Man City and Liverpool as the biggest rivalry? They had no Premier League titles between them prior to 2009, 2010.
Well, that is why I say the English media. I don't think it's the fans. I think it's English media right, trying to push that hype.
It's always been Arsene Wenger versus Alex Ferguson, Roy Keane versus Vieira, right? Those are sort of
Roy versus Henry.
Well, what I could tell you though is what I am very interested in seeing, because I think the writing is on the wall right now that after Arteta is done with Arsenal, Vieira's coming in, and I can't wait for Vieira versus Ten Hag.
At the end of the day,
that is going to be a true rivalry of that one too.
True, but at the end of the day, with regards to going into this match, don't get me wrong, was a bit nervous because obviously Arsenal are playing some very consistent football over the last 5 games, right? Very consistent. And you saw that whenever Arsenal went a goal down, there was a stat that says that they always responded within 8 minutes. Right, so I was so glad when we got into halftime, 1 goal up, right? But we kind of reverted to the same United that always sat back and what's not, and then all of a sudden, Arsenal scored. But we changed our mentality when Arsenal equalized. I found that we always sat back, but we always looked to play the ball in behind Arsenal's defenders, right? So great pass from Bruno, Christian Eriksen. If you guys watch Christian Eriksen's pass to Bruno...
Hold on. Time out. You just gave Bruno Fernandes credit?
You give credit where credit is
I
due.
thought I was the only one who noticed it. I didn't want to make it out.
I give credit.
We have it on
credit
video.
due, right?
We have it on video. Big Phil gave Bruno Fernandes credit in that game.
At the end of the day, you got to give credit where credit is due, right? Because we are more sensible United fans know how Bruno Fernandes plays, right? But in today's match, he was a bit more composed. But as I was saying, watch Christian Eriksen's movement with regards to the pass to Bruno, who then passed it off to Rashford to run aside Saliba. Before, I can't remember who passed the ball to Christian Eriksen, right? But Christian Eriksen looked up to the left before the football came to him. I saw that Bruno was there. And that's the IQ of a very smart football player, right? Marcus Rashford, this does a lot to his confidence. He scored 2 goals, and this will boost his confidence going in to
2 goals and an assist.
Yes, this as well too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
he had
he
an
assisted
assist.
for
Oh
that.
yeah. It's just Anthony. Yeah. True.
Yeah, for the first goal. Yeah.
True. I totally forgot that. Yeah, that's well. He. But the thing is, I thought I know Christian Eriksen for some reason got man of the match, or was it Rashford? It had to be Rashford because Rashford
Yeah.
got an assist and 2 goals, right? But no, I kid you not. My neighbors heard me today. My neighbors heard me because all 3 goals were worth celebrating. Anthony scoring on his debut, Marcus Rashford scoring 2 goals, and us winning 3-1. My gosh, what a great Sunday so far.
Devin, I want to come to you next. Strangely enough, Zaire is calling you out in the comments. He's saying, side note, the Brazilian players in both teams look really good today. Why this 2022 World Cup can't start this month end? Nah, forget that. Forget that.
Yeah,
But
that was actually something that I am very curious about is this form going to continue from all these players after the World Cup? Because right now they're all playing trying to get into that World Cup side. And one of my fears is that if like Brazil specifically, if they have a run and they get a heartbreaking defeat during the World Cup, what is going to happen when they come back to United? Because obviously their confidence is going to be a little shot and everything too. And so I am wondering how what will happen then? Will they still keep on? Will they still keep on with the same fire that Ten Hag has in them now? So, and that's where the manager is going to get his money, which he also earned it today with those changes that he made. But yes, I 100% agree with Zahir with that.
well, what I was going to ask you is about Anthony. Ten Hag has, if there's one thing, he's been consistent, right? He has given certain people opportunity, and it seems you have to lose your place in the side. All of us thought, including me today watching the lineup, why is Casemiro not there? But I mean, I'm hearing a voice in the back of my head say, well, Scott hasn't played badly, right? The last 3 games, Scott actually has played well. Today, Scott McTominay played well, right?
Yes.
I really love that MMA tackle that he put down on him.
If there was a way to get a yellow card in a match like that, that is it right there.
You understand?
Boy,
So
Man went full Randy Couture.
We can't see it. We can't see
Man
it.
have that.
Yeah, the
Man
gloves
have
back.
that.
Yeah, we don't see
Than
it.
Conor McGregor, yes.
Bruh.
So I understand. So even though in our mind is like Casemiro is better than Scott, I understand the manager is saying to the players here, what? You are to earn your spot to get into the team, and you have to mess up to fall out of the team.
Can I just piggyback on that real quick? Can I just piggyback on that real quick, Deb, before you go?
Because that I like this comment from Zahir.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Let me bring it back up. I put it up, but I didn't read it.
Yeah. Read this one again because it's a very interesting one.
Happy
as well,
for Rashford's 2
Yeah, he said-
goals, but they came after he switched to the left with Ronaldo's introduction. That is his best position. He is a waste at number 9. Yeah, well, we know that. Everybody knows Rashford. I've heard that Rashford asked the coach to play more in the number 9 position. I don't know why. You understand? What is your wanted to say, Greg B?
All I was just gonna say is that to kind of piggyback on what you were saying with the whole Anthony situation is that, for one, Anthony is trusted because he understands Ten Hag's system, and then to follow up on the Scott McTominay comment, where does that you look at it? If a person is performing consistently in games, you don't let them perform one of those games and then just drop them for the next game unless it's probably for a tactical reason. If their form is showing that they're capable of handling the situation, you allow them to keep their form up going forward. Because you drop someone for a game after playing 3 games straight, it's kind of like you'll start to have questions and it might affect the player's morale going forward. So you have to be able as a manager to be able to deal with that and to navigate it in a way where you let the players understand, hey, I'm giving players based on their form and how they look going forward. Everybody will get a chance. But in games like this, I need the most consistent players in my team. I need the most players that will be giving the most energy, giving the most heart, giving the most desire. And I think it's something that it is constantly overlooked by a lot of people. Just because the person may not be the most skillful on the ball, they may not have a whole YouTube reel of tricks and flicks, it does not mean that they're not a good player. Because they do their roles and they do their roles well. And I think people need to recognize that, especially in games like this, especially with the display from Scott McTominay today.
But the
But
thing is,
this isn't nothing new, right? Because when we brought back Dean Henderson, all of a sudden David De Gea started playing well. When we
Mhm.
signed Alex Tellez, all of a sudden Luke Shaw started playing well. Now that we signed Casemiro, all of a sudden Scott starts playing well. So don't get me wrong, Scott has been playing well these last 3 games, but we'll see how long he can keep this up for. We all know the real Scott McTominay, but we'll see how long this him playing well will continue for, because Casemiro signed, and all of a sudden Scott McTominay started playing well. That's what I'm going to say.
but the thing
Well,
is,
good
And-
competition
and-
breeds better performances, so you can't be mad for that.
Exactly. Iron sharpens iron. Competition.
but the thing is,
So you know what?
The thing
If this is what it took to bring out the real Scott McTominay, I am fine.
So
with
be it.
that.
yeah,
So-
and also
Yes,
too,
CJ, good.
and also too, if we're being honest, you don't think? I think the coach has seen it as well. Because if you look at it, with Ole, yeah, Luke Shaw played well under Tellez. But if you looked at it, even if Luke Shaw had a bad game, he wouldn't have dropped him. But if you watch with Eric, there's a punishment and a reward set up for you playing. Because if you look at it, he knows that if he doesn't play, he's going to get dropped. It's a definite drop. So I think we have a manager and we have a team that looks at the players and looks at training and sees it and is like, we know certain players' ability, but if we put competition in there, even if men fail or don't do good, I could still say, well, Scott not having a good form, so I'll put in Casemiro, which is rotation in itself, which is good. So for me, it's real competition, because if you look at it, Alex Tellez wasn't necessarily real competition, because even when he got chances, he wasn't performing. But
Nope.
Casemiro, in his small run of games, when he plays, he locks it down. Maybe really, man, just lock it down. So for me, I think Scott is actually playing for his life, and I can't vex with that. And no matter how long it goes, it's benefiting the club, and once it benefits the team,
Exactly.
And I actually think too, this is gonna also push Casemiro, because he's going to understand, yes, I am Casemiro. Yes, I have 5 Champions Leagues. Yes, I came on a big money move. But if I have to get into this team and stay in this team, I have to perform at the Casemiro levels that we know that he is more than capable of, right? And that is a good thing to push. Nobody must feel comfortable. And I think that is the atmosphere that Ten Hag wants to generate. Nobody must feel comfortable. Nobody must come to work playing for Manchester United, wearing this badge and feeling like, well, yeah, I in the starting 11. No, nobody in the starting 11. You understand?
No
Work hard
complacency.
for it.
No complacency. So, and this was one thing where, like, I was actually wondering about this right now. Like, if I'm Ten Hag right now, will you give them the night to celebrate tonight and then say, enjoy tonight, get that pressure off a little bit, take tomorrow to recover, but be ready to work again on Tuesday? You get probably one good training session. The next Wednesday, you get ready for Sociedad, and then you play that match. But that's the one thing I was trying to figure out when it comes to the management side, and I've been going back and forth on this one. So, and yes, Zahir, Zahir, yes, there's a story with the hat. Since I started bringing this and wearing this on the show, we have not lost, so it stays on.
That is right.
Also
Devil's
too-
hat.
Also, too, Zahir, yeah. If Scott McTominay, if Triple A signs Scott McTominay, it's mad scenes done.
Big failure muted. We're not hearing you.
But yeah. So I want to know if you're Ten Hag right now, will you give him a night now to celebrate and enjoy it, but then also
Honestly-
say be ready to go again on Tuesday, and still expect people tomorrow to
As
come in for
as
recovery.
supporters, we appreciate the fact of beating Arsenal. There are certain teams, United, as a United fan, you love to beat. Arsenal is one. Liverpool obviously is up there. If we ever, anytime we get a chance to beat the likes of Barcelona, you love beating certain teams. However, in the context of the season, I wouldn't let them celebrate at all. You
Yeah.
beat Arsenal, that's
I mean, like go out, have a dinner, have a
that must
nice
mean
dinner,
nothing
have
to
a nice
you as
dinner,
players.
have a nice
So
dinner.
there's just me, right? When it comes to Sociedad, right? I will bench half of that team. Sociedad, when we go play Sociedad, I'm benching half of that team that started versus Arsenal. I would actually start Cristiano Ronaldo, Casemiro, and
I ain't,
even
I ain't
maybe
lying,
Anthony.
Phil. Only just read my scripts today, boy.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to directly come. Everybody just taking my points and just running with it on their own volition. And one of the questions I was going
That's
to
your
ask,
run punch talking, man. That's your run punch talking, man. That's all.
one of the questions I was going to ask a little later, but we could deal with it now, and I'll throw it to Phil, is exactly that. When are we going to start to see rotation in this team? And according to you, Phil, you expect to see rotation from the next game.
Yeah.
I
would
disagree.
like to see more.
I disagree with that one.
All right, wait. All right, let me talk first, and then you can disagree afterwards. With regards to Sociedad, the only reason I'm going to bench maybe 4 or 5 players versus Sociedad is because some of these players look knackered, right? I think Malacia today, he
Christian
looked
Eriksen
so
has played
tired
too much
today,
minutes.
right? Malacia didn't have his best game today, so I definitely, if there's another left back that we have to play versus Sociedad, I'd rather see him instead of Malacia, right?
Oh,
Not saying
Brandon
Malacia is
Williams?
terrible, right?
Luke Shaw.
Yeah, so if Brandon Williams is available, then for sure Brandon Williams could play at left back.
Brandon Williams doesn't even have a spot in the dressing room right now in the training ground.
But with regards to against Sociedad, definitely
Neither does Phil
bench-
Jones.
would bench Ericsson. Would definitely maybe play Alanga, Ronaldo, and maybe Anthony, right? It was a big risk playing Anthony today, but it paid off, right? So I would even start Dubravka in goal as well too over
Wow.
De Gea, right? I would do that for sure.
Wow.
But in my opinion, now, and this is just probably speaking into existence. I think our best way back into Champions League will be through the Europa League if we win it. That's my take.
I
So
think we
it-
could make
it-
top 4,
it-
but I think we should be trying to win the Europa League regardless.
All right, yeah.
And it's interesting that you say that, Phil, because I think in our group, Sociedad is our toughest challenge.
It's
Oh no,
Sociedad.
I don't understand where you're coming from, Devin. When you say
So,
I
and this
disagree.
is
I
this
agree
is-
with you that
this
Sociedad will be the
this,
toughest.
this is
challenge.
right off the back. So you know what? Go out, get a statement thing against the first win. Like get the first win, hopefully, and again against what's probably our toughest match in the group. After that, our second match is going to be Sheriff. Now, with that being said, there's going to be a very tricky match on Sunday against Crystal Palace. And
But I was now going to say that when are we going to rotate
Patrick
Devin?
Vieira has that Crystal Palace side doing something very
So
nice.
with
Exactly.
regards-
So
And
when
they
are we
are
gonna
they are
rotate?
set up to cause some shocking results.
I just gonna say that our least challenging opponent in the Champions League last year was Young Boys, and they beat us in the first game. So I mean, at the end of the day,
and that's my point. Like get the statement win, but go out there get a lead, but then start rotating the side.
is it in Spain? Is it in Spain or is it in England?
Because
I think that game is in Old Trafford, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Old Trafford. Is in Old Trafford.
and
But
then
you can rotate it.
however, with that being said, the Crystal Palace game is in London, so it's a 2-hour train ride down, or however they're getting there now.
Yeah, but remember,
Yeah.
Dev, we played Leicester, and we had to travel to Leicester the other day, you know. So
Well, I mean, it's not like it's a 5-6 hour flight. A quick 2-hour train ride or hour flight down is not bad.
I guess.
To me, Casemiro, Anthony, CR, maybe Alanga should start versus Real
Totally
Sociedad.
agree.
But you need to go out there and get the crowd behind on Thursday and get that first win against the toughest competition.
True.
Yeah, but you
You talking like Dubravka should be in goal for that one? Nah, get the win first. Dubravka can play the next week.
Yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
know, I-
If you're
points
setting a
psychologically.
precedent, you're setting a precedent. If as a manager, your intention is to play Dubravka in the European or in the cup games, play him in the cup games. If you go out there and he don't perform, well, you're a bench. Right?
But remember,
It's kind of similar to what Mourinho did.
It's game one. You want to go out with a statement to show, yeah, we Man United, we here. And
In
that-
my
and
opinion,
that-
it's similar to how Jose Mourinho approached our Europa League run. Sergio Romero was dedicated for Europa League games. David De Gea was dedicated for Premier League games, right? So I have no problem with Dubravka because Dubravka is very good at playing the ball with his feet out, I realized that when he was at Newcastle, and having Dubravka as a signing on loan is very good in my opinion, right? So
No, I just think for that, especially with the toughest competition first, you go out there and you set the tone right off the back.
I actually see it from both sides of the coin, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to give more players opportunities to get minutes, which is something that Ten Hag said that he wanted the players to do. But at the same time, I also see it from David's standpoint, because Sociedad, it might not be necessarily a walkover team. Yes, they're not one of the big teams in Spain.
Spanish teams never are.
Exactly.
Here's
And we all know our history with Spanish clubs. I mean,
Exactly.
if Villarreal gives us any more nightmares than it needs to be. So
let me ask one question. Let's say we go my route and we lose against Sociedad. Is it the end of the world?
Not really.
No.
Because we lost Europa League with Jose the first game, and we end up winning the whole thing.
Thank
exactly.
you.
Let me tell you something. I am more concerned about Crystal Palace on the weekend than I am about winning or losing the Sociedad.
Thank you.
And that's
Thank
why
you,
I
thank
agree
you,
with
thank
Phil, and I
you.
want to rotate the squad.
Thank
And then
you.
we also want to see what Casemiro could do if he get a start. What is
Sure.
Ronaldo going to do if they get a start? I want to see what these guys could do as well. So we want rotation, but we also want to create a platform to get these guys back into the team, because right now, Scott McTominay is keeping Casemiro on the bench. But if Casemiro starts in the middle of the week and he performs really good, then people will be calling for him to start. And you
Thank
understand for me?
you.
We have
And
to
that
do that.
and with that being said, I would that is a good problem to have, because they're
Exactly.
both fighting for that spot, and they're like, if they're both stepping up, but they're both stepping up, not disappointing. You have to disappoint somebody along the way, and
True.
that is where the coach gets paid the money for that. So that's a problem that I would love to have as a manager, when both are stepping up. But with that being said, you don't want to ruin the other one's confidence now, and then they start playing less because they didn't win that one spot. So it's man management in that point. So
Would you start Casemiro or Scott McTominay versus Sociedad?
I would start Casemiro.
Yeah.
Let's move on now.
Yeah, the point being is, okay, yes,
so
you're not disappointed.
I would actually start
Right,
Casemiro and Fred.
Like McTominay is going to need rest. You cannot play every single minute of every single match. But at the
I
same
would
time,
start Casemiro and Fred.
if he comes to not disappoint, then it's like, okay, wow, what do I do here? And you probably have to sit down with him and say, explain exactly what your plan is.
Yeah,
Man
Casemiro and Fred is a good shout, because they would know each other from playing.
Because
with the
Eriksen need a
national
rest
side,
as well. Eriksen
Exactly.
need a
right?
rest.
Yo, but Eriksen covered 11.3 kilometers today. That's a lot. That is a lot.
And he's the player that has played the most minutes for United.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
crazy.
it's funny because before he made that play today, I was calling for him to get a sub, because I'm thinking we
Me
need to
too,
protect
yeah.
him. We need to make sure, especially with his history. And he came out. He said, "Watch this."
There were parts
He's
of
already
the game where-
he's already telling Descott from Usher. He's like, watch this.
There were parts of this game where Casemiro was just marking space, but that was on the defensive side. But you see, going forward, my gosh, that guy just rolled back the years, right? My gosh, a lot of people tell me about, Santi Cazorla being able to use both feet, which is very true. But you see, Christian Eriksen, Jesus Lord, man can use any foot, left foot, right foot, third leg, doesn't matter.
Man had, him and Bruno had midfield breaking passes. And once you had it's a go in, especially if they get the space.
Facts.
Arsenal fans trying to tell me that wasn't a foul on Eriksen when Martinez,
Whatever.
that was a
It
foul.
was.
Remember Jesus?
What about-
Jesus came down right before it. Yeah, okay.
It was a foul.
Everybody knows.
When the guard got
Everybody
no ball.
knows. Everybody knows that if it was the other way around, Arsenal fans would have been writing essays all over Twitter and all over social media.
Oh,
We know this.
So hold on. Have you not seen the talk right now because the official was from Manchester area? That's already going around. on
People were saying that already from
This
before the game
weekend.
started.
This weekend, the Premier League had horrible decisions.
Oh my God!
VAR
The
to
VAR
referee.
was so
This
horrible
game
this
today
weekend.
was
Oh my
probably
God.
one of the this game today was probably one of the best officiated games of the whole weekend.
West
Arsenal
Ham
fans have
West Ham
no
versus
argument.
Chelsea.
No,
West
no, no,
Ham
no, no.
versus Chelsea.
Oh,
Oh my
all right,
God.
cool. And it's not often that I will defend the ex-Liverpool player, but Coutinho's goal should have stood.
Good afternoon to Zaire and Valentino Singh. Valentino out there in LA listening to us, guys.
Wow. Hope he gets lucky at the machines, man, at the poker table. I hope he's
Yeah,
having himself
with
a
the way
good time.
United's playing right now, everything's going in our favor. I hope you win big.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, same. But also too, if you watch it, if you want to talk about refereeing, bruh, what was Arsenal? It had like 4 Arsenal players that were supposed to get some yellow cards. Like, let me be real. It had some tackles. If you watch that game, like, bro, why are you still?
The Conga stomp on Bruno Fernandes. I don't know if you guys saw that. That should have been at least minimum a yellow card. That stomp was not.
Ben White and Gabriel. Ben White and Gabriel both had like 2 late tackles each.
Robert knows it too. The hat.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
I can't understand. Our Arsenal fan TV does wait so late to upload at these times, right? When they win, they upload within 30 minutes. Taking so long, boy. I wonder why.
it's hard to upload that early.
Yeah, so,
Hey, Phil, what about your boy? What about your boys in One Touch TV? What about your boy?
I going for them on Monday because tomorrow is a bank holiday in Toronto, and I got nothing but time. I going for them tomorrow, boy. I going for them.
So, like maybe I'm in the few here right now, but I could not give 2 shits about what Arsenal Fan TV has to say. I care about my club, and that's that. I don't watch it. I know it's fun on social media to watch the reactions, whatever. I don't care. I just care about my club. I just want to focus on my club, and that's it.
We just keeping receipts out here, Devin. We just keeping receipts out here. We want to throw it in their faces.
The same way some people watch Game of Thrones and The Boys for entertainment, I will watch AFTV for entertainment.
To me, I kind of watch TV more than I watch the news. So it's entertaining, right? Especially when they're winning and there's be like real unrealistic. Especially when Robbie said like that United fella in Sky Sports.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who was the worst representative?
He was the worst. The man bowed down so much to this starting 11. It's supposed to be the best starting 11, and this guy is bowing down and just bending over to Robbie all the time.
I know what get me. You know what really kill me? They were saying, oh, when Robbie said, oh well, I'm putting Casemiro over Partey, the next Arsenal men were like, wait, Casemiro over Partey? It's like, yeah, Champions League winning Casemiro.
And
they have played against each other before, and Casemiro has won out. So
exactly.
The man had Casemiro number for years. Casemiro had Partey number for years, though.
But
exactly.
So again, it goes back to what I was saying before. Right now, it's just my thinking from my military experience. I still don't think we're in a point right now to be talking about other teams can offer old results. Right now, we just got to focus on our team and just get back to where United's supposed to be. And then once we're there, then you can start talking about other teams, but also making sure that we don't get back to where we were right before.
I agree with Devin, but I will start that tomorrow. Arsenal fans deserve it today, Devin. I am sorry.
Yeah, because
it's start that tomorrow, Monday. But Arsenal fans getting it today, bruv.
When you're talking Messi, how to get put in place.
They gotta get put in place. It's about
unbeaten. I was actually on Facebook earlier with an Arsenal fan.
But my point being is like, you know what? Like, if you're gonna say, like, you want to talk, all you gotta do is say results don't lie and keep it moving. Let them talk out everything else after that, but you say that and you keep on moving, keep on focused on your team. The result.
Let me tell you guys. I had an interaction with the Arsenal fan like 5 minutes before I logged in. The guy was telling me, I have no right to talk because he was like, he said first and fifth. I said the only numbers that matter today are 3-1.
Exactly.
Correct. And that is going to be the argument, but really and truly, they're just setting up themselves for future abuse. When you say, "Oh yeah, we'll be on top of the table," because that was where I was at Island Bar. That was after the game, all the Arsenal men is like, yeah, but we still on top of the table. And it's like, yeah, only on top of the table, but everybody knows you ain't gonna be up there for very long.
I mean,
So
let's face it. This is a team. This is a fan base of people that I remember 2 seasons ago when they were in 15th place. The minute either United or Chelsea or anybody lost, they were still giving anybody grief. But they want to tell us to not be. We're not in a position to give anybody to get out of here.
Has anybody ever heard this saying before, where it's like, winners talk about progress, losers talk about others?
Yep.
All right, we ain't gonna get no motivational speeches though. I just want to give it to Arsenal fans. That's all I want to do.
It's not so much about being motivational. It's just that I just want to focus on I just want people to focus on just Man United, improving them. Don't bring any outside energy. Just focus on our progress for now.
I want to touch on something. For everybody who's watching the video, please press like, press subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet. You know, we have a serious challenge laid down before us to reach 10,000 subscribers, and then we're going to be giving away our signed Ronaldo t-shirt.
Framed as well already.
Yeah, man.
Already framed. So come on, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I can't remember what program it was, but one of the programs on the channel in the week, somebody was making the comment that they like the fact that we are winning, floating under the radar. Right?
Yes.
Everybody talking about Arsenal going unbeaten. Everybody focusing on Liverpool. What going on with Liverpool?
That's gone now. That's gone now. That's done.
Yeah.
That's done.
Everybody, you know, and once we just keep winning under the radar, and I think that was important. It was very important for us to do that. But as Devin just said, now that we have beaten the team that was unbeaten, not just unbeaten, but on a winning streak, right? Now they're still on top, yes, because everybody has dropped points. But now that we have done that, do you think that we're going to be back in focus?
Zahir, message the channel later on. I could send you one of these, all right?
Also, to side note, as Devin said what it is, I think I feel comfortable because the manager said the same thing. He said in an interview, I understand fans, they dream, but we are at the start of a process. We are still far away. So for me, the fans could celebrate, you know, but Eric is very well telling these fellas, hey, big up all there, you know. But we have more to do. There's more to do. There's more to
Job's not done. Job is not done.
Yeah, Eric keeping that Kobe Bryant mentality, and I like that. I like that. Man say job ain't done. So I real good.
Yeah, I remember Kobe said that when he was 3-1 up against some team.
Yeah,
And he said,
boy.
job not done, boy.
Yeah, that
Job
was
not done.
cool. That's one of the coolest sports moments I ever see in my life. He wasn't
Job's
even
not done.
Zahir, if you're on Facebook, message us on Facebook to reach out to me and send your address. I will get one of these and send it to you because I'm feeling generous.
I can send you my address too.
So I mean, I just want to kind of,
that is a promise from me, Zahir. I will send you one of these.
So I just want to kind of like tell you, I can Shannon 5-7 comments. He's saying that we're not still where we used to be and where we need to be, and I agree with that. While I understand that we are making progress, and given the results that we've been having over the last few games, you could say it's significant progress to a point. But at the same time, we still kind of need to keep a level head because we don't want to go into this where we feel all good. Okay, we've won 4 on the bounce, which is great. But we also have to look at it from the aspect of we don't want to do that, get into a mindset, and then all of a sudden we get more brighter than Brentford-like results. We have to kind of keep ourselves level-headed and grounded, where every team is a challenge in itself, and we want to kind of give them that same level of respect going into it, knowing that we have to perform. And I think Eric is doing himself doing that.
I totally agree, but let's do that tomorrow. I am what Greg and Devin have said for the last 20 minutes. They're totally right. At the end of the day, it's only September, right? But at the end of the day, it's also Arsenal, who are top of the league, who are our biggest rivals in my opinion, right?
But again,
And whose
it
fans talk
shows,
too
like,
much.
one of my biggest fears, and this is just like in my life as a whole, complacency.
But you hear Greg B say Arsenal fans talk too much. They
Okay, that's
talk
fine.
way
But that's
too much,
fine.
man.
And you see, that is why, Devin,
It's like Lorette said, talk your talk, Camp. By the way,
It's true.
that is why, Devin, when you asked the question earlier, you know, should Ten Hag let the guys celebrate, get them a day off or something like that? You know, we all said no. I don't think anybody here said yes. Not even Phil said yes. Everybody was like no.
My
Because
thing is like
we understand.
you get
We
one
are
night,
fans.
but it's within restrictions. To
We
enjoy
as
it,
fans,
be ready to go.
we could celebrate this, but I don't think Ten Hag views this as any kind of achievement. You know,
No,
what I
he
mean,
doesn't.
he
Yeah, I
felt
remember
he
too,
considered this just another win.
Yeah, I
And the
remember too.
players, you know, one of the things I love about this game today was the aggressiveness,
Oh
and it wasn't just from Martinez. Everybody was aggressive. You know, I remember that first 5 minutes when Jesus, you know, wanna be flips and tricks and
Varane,
you know
yeah.
pulling the ball from him on the corner of the box, and Martinez was just like, what? Gone from there, just kick him down.
Just said,
You know, Scott McTominay, everybody was aggressive. And I don't think Ten Hag is going to. So I am not worried about complacency. I understand Evan's point, but I'm not worried about
But
complacency.
here the thing, right? Now, in today's match versus, let's say, Brentford, immediately after the Brentford loss, Ten Hag had us go the next day running, just running, because Brentford outran us that game, right? So immediately in the training session, Ten Hag had us getting our fitness levels up and what's not, right?
Him
With
too.
regards to
Him too.
who?
Ten Hag too.
Yeah. So with
Ten Hag
regard-
ran with them. Yeah.
He did, yeah. So with regards to this, what should happen after this match that we just won versus Arsenal, just go back to the normal training sessions, but take it a little bit light because at the end of the day, we still got to consider Sociedad, right? But it won't be whatever happens after this match. It won't be the same as whatever happened after Brentford because it's a loss and the team was that piss poor. But versus today, we were absolutely great. So
and also too, you have to take it in that for me, I am a football fan. As always say, the Moyes era has humbled me so much in a game. And I tell people, well, I hope we could take the 3 points, and well, we will see. I just do my talking after the results. So if I win, I'll talk.
So the reason why I brought that question up before is I know what it's like to be a part of a team. As I've stated before on shows from before, I served in the U.S. military. I served in the United States Marine Corps, the hardest branch there is. And so, like, I've learned morale sometimes matters more than anything else. So you're on a high right now, and sometimes you have to reward morale. Like, yes, there's going to be times where it's absolutely going to suck. But the times when it's great, you also have to acknowledge it as well, too. To keep
Bro,
morale
I'll tell you.
high. Because as long as morale is high, you will keep on getting results. And
Let
that's
me
why
tell you something, Devin. What you're saying is right, but we have so many players that are social media centered that the manager don't need to tell these fellas nothing, you know. You don't need to give them fellas that day off. The amount of love they're going to get on social media, they're going to feel like they win something. So the manager don't need, all he had to do when they come in for the next
but also
or
with
whatever,
that being
guys,
said, the second you
back
feel
home.
like you won something, you feel like you're established, that's the second that complacency starts coming in. So
Well,
it comes,
as I said, well done, guys.
okay,
Back to
yeah,
work.
you have one night to go out and get all that celebration stuff and have fun. Get your recovery the next day, and then after that is right back to the same thing as before. Get all that out now and be ready to come back in.
And trust and believe, he gonna know who do too much celebrating from them
Exactly.
drills. He gonna be like, hard. He gonna be like, oh, say looking tired.
Yeah.
Oh,
5 laps.
oh, you're struggling to do them laps, boy, after last night. But you say you went in your bed early though. Right.
Brazilians know how to party, right? But I think the guys like Anthony and Casemiro and Fred have a level head when it comes to Ten Hag, though. So they
I,
may do a
like,
little bit of
and
so.
I love that celebration from Anthony, the passion he showed.
Yeah, boy.
And everything like that to me was like, oh
Man celebrated in front of the
Yes.
Arsenal fans.
yes.
I don't think he did that intentionally. I think
No, he
just
didn't. He
used the
didn't.
stadium.
Man was just excited for his
Yeah.
You know the one like, and I kept on. I've said this now to a whole bunch of people. Where was this performance when I went there a month ago? Where was this? Where was this? Because now you can make me spend my money and go back over again this season again now too. and I am not rich, contrary to what people may think. I am not rich. I just spend my money irresponsibly. But anyway, yes.
First,
So I just love my club. So between this and shoes,
Greg
yeah,
Face.
I spend my money
Hey,
irresponsibly.
yo, it's Greg Face, dog. Greg saying, this man Elon Musk in secret. We're talking about Rick. Elon
No,
Musk.
I ain't say nothing. I ain't say nothing. I ain't say
That man-
nothing.
that man was-
I just if it's something I'm passionate about, I will spend my money on it.
The man moving like Bow.
Man,
No. I am not faking.
Phil,
stories.
no.
I'm not faking
Phil,
it
no.
like he did. So hold on.
No,
There's
Phil.
none of that. There's none
man
of that.
saying Devin doing a 50 cent. He's starting all broke when he set up money on the floor, dog.
People think I'm rich.
Now we're afraid.
Hey,
But Greg
hey.
has crying in the corner like, yeah.
I hate here and I love here at the same time. Oh my god, I didn't think that was possible.
No, like when I like you like I've said this before. You've heard me speak on my passion for Man United.
Mhm.
All of my drive, there's two things in my life where my drive comes from. The first one's my grandmother, because she showed me like what is possible when you work hard. The second one is Man United because it showed on a global scale what happens when you never give up.
Mm.
And I've had that since I was a kid. So now that I'm growing up and like when I don't want to do anything, I want to quit. I remember what United was like growing up. You never quit. We'll never die. You keep on going no matter what. And now that I'm in a position now where I'm working and I can make my own money, I'm like, I'm not going to forget that. And that's just what it comes down to.
It's,
I
principles
remember
and morals that stick with you for the rest of your life. So you grew up with that, you keep that, and you take that into everything that you do from here on in.
I remember years ago, right?
sorry. This so,
Nothing.
for those who don't get this joke right now, the Marine Corps is actually not its own separate department of defense. It doesn't have its own department in the United States military system. It actually falls under the Department of the Navy.
Right.
So the joke, right? So, and this is the joke right now. I can say this because I'm a Marine. For any U.S. listeners on here, the joke right now is that sailors aren't real service members, and that the Marine Corps is the men's department. So that's where the joke comes in with that, and that's why I was laughing at that one.
I can tell you straight up because
That's disgusting.
when
We would joke and say that the Navy is just our Uber service. If anybody's asking.
oh dear God, I will tell you straight
And
up,
that's
right?
where that came from. If anybody's asking.
when it comes to because over the years, a lot of girls that I've encountered tell me that Big Phil don't get emotional, but when they sit down with me and they watch me with Manchester United, that's a whole different story.
Yes.
Whole different story. I don't know. Let's be real. When girls say that men are not in touch with their emotions, it's not that we don't fret and fuss over any and everything, right? But when your sports team is playing, just go away. Or stay, but expect.
Or you know what you do, Big Phil? You do what I did and find a United fan as a fiance.
We'll take that into consideration. Yep.
Give that man a medal. Give that man a medal.
Personally, at this point, Devin is Tony Stark. He have money and he wears smart. Devin is Tony Stark, bro. I don't care, yo. Tony Stark.
Oh my goodness.
I wish I was Tony Stark, boy. I wish I was Iron Man.
No, but honestly, I'm not afraid of us getting contented. Knowing Eric, he ain't letting men rest. He going to tell men have fun, but knowing how Eric is an overthinker, he going to say, These fellas come in a little lethargic are doing the runs extra.
Sorry. I have to ask Root Penguin now because he's saying a lot of things right now. What branch did you serve in? Because you have to be a veteran as well too. And this is just a military connection. Like we have in the military, we have a fraternity as well, where like only those who are in it can make fun of the other branches. So you're speaking like a true veteran right now.
You see Cass's comment here. This was me for 10 minutes before the game and during the game. That was me. I was like, Jesus Lord, I don't want to lose this game. I don't want to draw either, but I don't want to lose
I will tell everybody this right now. I did not see us losing this game. I actually saw this being a 2-2 draw. And I am glad that I was
very
wrong.
confident.
I am glad that I was wrong.
I actually put it down as a 2-1 win. I actually put it down as a 2-1 win.
I have to hold myself accountable at all times. And I will say right now, I did not think we were going to win this game.
Well, you know
And,
what?
very confident.
And I'm glad they did.
Since you said it's a 2-all draw, 2 plus 2 is 4, but so is 3 plus 1. So you're technically still
Actually, at
kind of
least I got the goals right. I got the total goals right. Of course.
I would cheers for that.
Confident.
Big fill opportunities
I was
there.
very confident heading into this game, and to be honest with you, in Manchester's United up and down form, it's kind of weird to be as confident as I was. But I just knew, and I've been saying this for people who've been watching the United. I've been saying this for over a week. We're going to give Arsenal their first loss. You understand? I was confident about it. I just knew it in my bones that we were going to beat Arsenal. I didn't expect 3-1. I was expecting like a 1-0 difference, a 1-goal difference, like 2-1, right?
Yeah.
But 3-1, that makes it even sweeter.
I'm not gonna lie. When it went 2-1, I felt so comfortable of us either controlling the game or scoring another goal. Because when you're 2-1 up, you're either gonna sit back and the other team has to play a very high line, and we exploited that twice, right? So yeah.
It was just fun to see. It was just good to see United actually playing the kind of football that we expected. I always felt like, you know what? Because the last few games we ended like 1-0 wins, I thought, all right, this might have been tricky for us because we probably weren't getting as much goals as we need to be. But somehow a switch just flipped today, and these guys were able to find it back in the net 3 times, which is always good. And it means that when it comes to getting these fellas mentally prepared for big teams, Ten Hag seems to know how to just flip that switch in their minds.
But even Greg, if you're watching good, when he said he wanted to start Anthony, the day before the press conference, he kept press conference before the game, he said he brought Anthony in, and he said he wasn't worried about Anthony with the transfer price, with any big game price, because he knows Anthony can handle it.
Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you all off. I just have one thing because I want to make sure Zahir gets this hat. So Zahir, do me a favor. If you're still listening right now, can you post your IG handle in here and I will message you personally afterwards?
Yeah. So I think he messaged the Facebook group too, because I saw a message come across.
I saw a Facebook message.
No, I didn't see anything. I just want to make sure he gets it because I promised him it. And
no problem, man.
All right, we'll
and if there's anything, I have Zahir on Facebook, so I'll tell him to message her.
Okay.
Yeah, I have Zahir number, man. You don't worry your head.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Also, too, if you watch today with Anthony when he had his time, you realize he was not comfortable with the ball. His dribbling was very simple. You know what made me mad before the goal? You see that back heel though? I was like, wait. It's like, dog, this is a big game and a man try a back heel and it's successful. Man different, dog.
Man, just try a back heel. The man pull a back heel between 2 players.
Yeah, Ten Hag is going to let Anthony express himself, but like a disciplined expression.
Exactly.
Right?
Does anybody here remember Lee Sharp's story about when Eric Cantona drop kicked the fan?
Yes.
And for those who haven't heard it, I'll explain it right now. Sir Alex was known Sir Alex, the king of man management. If you did something wrong, he would give you the hairdryer. We all know he's famous for that and everything. And he would do this with certain players. However, he knew how to deal with certain players certain ways. You had certain dress codes and whatnot too. Like you can't come in wearing a button-down shirt or whatever else. He'd yell at players for doing it. So Eric comes in, nice shirt, brother. Piss off all the other fans and everything, whatnot too. Crystal Palace game. Eric gets sent off, drop kicks the fan. all the other players in the dressing room are sitting there like, "Oh, watch this! It's gonna be great and everything too." He's yelling at all the players and everything too, and he goes, "And Eric, you can't do that, mate." All the other players are just stunned.
Wait, our next two games.
And I think that's what well, I think it's just an example of man management, and I just think that it'll be something like that. It won't be on the level of a drop kick, but yeah.
Our next two games are versus Crystal Palace and who?
Hold on, Crystal Palace and Sociedad.
No, I mean Premier League, yeah.
Yeah, Crystal
Premier
Palace.
League, Crystal Palace, and Leeds.
Oh, well,
All right. Let me say we do win versus Crystal Palace. You see that Leeds game? If we win that, we can message certain fans and say that's how you win 6 out of 6.
Wow.
That is how you're gonna win 6 out of 6.
No. I disagree. I disagree because you're talking to Arsenal fans there. No,
I can message them, Devin. You ain't gotta message them, but I can message them.
We focus on ourselves. We focus just on ourselves for now.
I can message them though.
We do not need the outside energy. We do not need the outside energy. Just focus on ourselves right now.
Crystal Palace is away, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Personally, I feel like
As much as I hate the sheep that are Leeds United,
yeah.
You still like no, and you focus on ourselves.
For me personally,
I will give credit because I think Leeds for Eric Cantona and Rio Ferdinand. But anyway, yeah.
What are you saying, CJ?
I will say though, for me personally, I feel like if we keep our low profile, I want to keep our low profile till we reach our final or like our FA Cup or our Carabao.
The media.
I don't mind winning these games 1-0. You know, that's a very low profile. Just 1-0, keeping clean sheets as well too. I don't mind.
I remember talking to somebody some time ago, and they were talking about Jose Mourinho style of play. That's when he was our manager. And I was saying to them, I said, watch man, if you win every game, 1-0,
you win the league.
You win the league, you know?
Yeah.
You will win every competition in. It don't matter how boring the game is, and fans will adore you.
And that's 20
every game on
that's 20. That's over 20 plus clean sheets,
yeah,
right?
That's how I say.
You got to look at it from the perspective of it's a results driven business. So
and we have to let me say this, we have to give Eric Ten Hag for one thing that broke the last 2 managers at Manchester United, and that is the ability to adapt.
He has not lost the dressing room.
Make this team successful, because this team, when Ronaldo came, was not playing the way Ole wanted them to play. He ended up getting fired. We all know what Ralph Ball was. This team never only the first game. After that, they never played Ralph Ball. Ralph tried all kind of thing, horrible coming down to the end, horrible performances. Eric Ten Hag, this team is not playing Eric Ten Hag ball yet. But he is like, here, what's going on? I'm going to elevate your levels, and I could tweak this and tweak that, and at least get you all to start winning.
Yeah,
we have to give Eric Ten Hag credit for that.
Yeah, you get glimpses of Ten Hag ball in the 90 minutes, but you don't get a full 90 minutes of Ten Hag ball. You get glimpses. Exactly. So Ten Hag realized after the first 2 games, you know what? You guys are not ready for Ten Hag ball, but maybe after a year or so, you guys will be playing Ten Hag ball. After a year.
I feel as what he told them is that I don't want to force no system on it yet. I just want to see how they run and play their game and win. If you could show me the heart, you'll eventually get to that point where you'll get a system in place. But for now, give me something to work with, run, work hard, and do all you have to do. And that's what we've been doing these past games. If you watch these past games, everybody has been playing on our shift, you know. If you watch it good, the defense, it just to hold on 2 1-0 games, and that defense has not looked like it will lose the plot anytime soon. That's crazy. So to say that you're not seeing any improvement,
But no, CJ. Somebody will probably tell you, but Martinez is only 5'9". He's only 5'9". He's only 5'9".
Arsenal fans were saying that. Arsenal fans were saying that.
He's not ready for the Premier League. He's only 5'9". He's under 6 foot. So CJ, you're talking shit. Sorry.
But my thing is this: people are saying you're 5'9", but as we say, no one tell myself, but no one's watched Copa America. No one watched Copa America. That was different. And on top of it, he played against Haaland already, and it was like, man,
Haaland was in his pocket.
You might shut down Haaland and Darwin Núñez in the Champions League.
And so, like, what I've been telling people, like, when we play City, I've already been saying, you put Fred on De Bruyne, you let Casemiro run riot across the midfield, and then the second Haaland has anything, you send in a challenge for Martinez, we might actually have a legit chance at this.
Yeah.
Now there's gonna be some bookings in there. It's gonna be a rough game, but I think if we do that and we take advantage of our chances, we could win that game.
That wouldn't surprise me anyway.
Me personally, I feel when coming out the City game, Eric is going to go full war room. He going to tell them, fellas, what's going on? I need to see something in training. I need to see new things. I need to see at different level. He's going to up the stakes as it goes, you know. You stay there. If you think you was running against the Liverpool game and the Arsenal game, this City game,
oh boy, get ready.
Up the ante.
City have been leaking in goals, you know, so I don't see why we can't.
But that's the thing. We could do it because the back line, to me, I find the back line didn't even look suspect, you know. Arsenal were playing good football, but the back line wasn't looking suspect. The back line was fighting it all through the game. And the mere fact that when Arsenal scored, we literally scored again. So yeah.
By the way, for everybody, because for this one is actually just for our buddy there, Penguin. Rude Penguin. That was a picture of me taken while I was in Afghanistan.
Nice.
So of course, you know, even overseas, the player had to represent for Manchester United. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
If anybody thinks I was lying about my military service, yeah, there you go. So.
Yeah,
I believe you.
I don't think that's one thing a lie, but if it's serving in military, I don't see why somebody would fake that. But yeah,
you'd be surprised people do it.
And there's a charge called stolen valor.
Yes, yeah, there is.
And people actually do it.
Yeah,
people actually
there you go.
Say, hey, but why do?
Because
some people do it for multiple reasons. To get girls. Some people do it just to.
Everybody's different, and it is what it is. But it's usually pretty easy to spot somebody out. Because like maybe we have certain jokes, things that we say within the military, and we'll joke about things like that. And it's some way we'll use code words, and we can spot it pretty quickly.
Yeah, you'll use lingo, you would use jargon that only you would know.
This man gonna bring us down from the heights in the clouds, boy. Please, gentlemen, Martin Phillips says, do not get beyond yourself. The City game is still some time off. I'm sure you all will get some.
And he's not. He is not wrong in that standpoint, because the thing.
But he's also not certain that he won't get slapped up before then either.
But here's the thing: we did him a favor today. He was second to Arsenal. He was second to Arsenal. We did him a favor.
So Martin Phillip, you're welcome.
I bet he was rooting for us today.
So
of course he was.
So Martin, tell us thank you for doing you a favor. Okay, that's what you got to say.
So yeah, it's just, and that's the best thing about this league. Anybody can be anybody, or anybody can do a sharp result if you don't step up.
I would say both Aston Villa and Newcastle have showed us how to play against Manchester City, especially Newcastle.
When we are looking forward to that preview, and I'm going to talk about how I think we need to deal with Erling Haaland. It's really, we have a lot of time between now and then. But I'm looking forward to that Man City preview, because I think not just do I think we can deal with City, but I also think we have the personnel to deal with Haaland. But we're going to talk about that at that time. Gentlemen, as per usual, always a wonderful program. They're getting ready to shut down the virtual bar.
I want to
To
keep
all
going.
the Arsenal fans.
Any chance we can keep going now? Because this is fun right now.
Yeah, still got more rum left.
Exactly. I
So,
saw we got enough rum left. We can keep going.
But that Johnny had a cracks all the way out it, sir.
and this is for all the Arsenal fans. Take your bamboo and keep quiet. Yes, sir, we have to believe, but take your bamboo.
Just a side note, Kaka was actually at Old Trafford today as well, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kaka.
For cameras and catchy.
Yeah, Kaka here posing with Ronaldo and Anthony after the game.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
Look at us.
Hey, I'm passed through.
But they had about 7 or 6.
It's a good thing we shutting down the virtual
They had
market.
about 7 or 6 Brazilians on display today, right?
About that, yeah. On both, yeah.
Any chance we could do an extended show today?
I hear what you say, Devin.
Any chance we could do an extended show today?
That would be good enough, except that we have an next show at 6.
That's 2 hours from now.
Yeah, but I just had to prepare.
Gotta cook food and thing, yeah. But no, great
That particular
program.
show
Yeah.
is the most preparation, the show that has had to do the most preparation for that EPL Rewind,
Oh yes.
because they had to cover all the games,
The
had to be
recap,
on point.
yes.
Yeah, so I had to prepare. I had to prepare for that show.
Are you gonna have any Arsenal guests on this today?
Nah. I mean, to be honest with you, if I try to find one, I think they'll all be hiding under rocks. But I didn't ask
Yeah,
them to
he
come.
actually brings up an example there of why people lie about their military service. That's one. And sometimes people couldn't make it, and they just want to be able to say they want to act like they actually did it, so they could just have the allure of. Because some people get off on the thank you for your service thing.
This is very correct, Kes. That is exactly one of the major topics we're going to be talking about later. The poor state of refereeing in England. Last World Cup,
yes.
they didn't have any English referees, and the way they go in, they mightn't have any English referees in this World Cup either.
I don't think we can blame them. I really don't think we can blame them.
They are horrible.
Terrible.
Gentlemen, it is always a pleasure.
Don't forget, everybody. Don't forget 10,000 YouTube subscribers. I give this away. I will give this from my collection right now to anybody on the United Hour.
We got to do an ad for this to kind of let people know that they can get it banned. I was like, a lot of people ain't seen it.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It's already that's already been filmed. So.
Oh, well, okay, nice.
I'm working on it. I ain't finished it yet, but I'm working on it.
All right.
Yeah. Great program, and I can end by saying these four words: unbeaten, run my ass.
Red Devils don't lie. We multiply.
Hey, if you
Glory.
appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.